So you've been involved in actually an academic field, where the people, most of the people who listen to you are other people asking the academic questions. Yeah?
No, I've actually...
Yeah?
Yeah.
You've actually...
I've actually talked to a lot of practitioners of various
What
kinds.
interests them in what you're saying?
What interests
The
the practitioners
in what you're saying?
Yeah. I think that people dealing with adults and children who have some sort of problem, clinicians, people who, children with speech problems, with motor problems, adults with problems, emotional and so on, are now really very interested in the parallels, as we've been talking, between the processes of change as they occur in development and the processes of change as they may happen in some sort of educational or therapeutic encounter. And a lot of people have told me that they're looking for some theoretical basis for what they do. I've had this happen over and over, where people will come up to me and say, well, this is very interesting, and you are describing perfectly what I do in my speech therapy, or what I do in my psychotherapy. This is how I approach therapy, but I have not had a theoretical kind of rationale for it before, so explicit about how people change. So to have it spelled out as a developmental process, I think it's very nice to put change, dysfunctional outcomes, and functional outcomes all in the same vocabulary. In other words, people are also looking for models that are not just medical models of how things go badly and how you change them. And the implications of the kinds of ways that we're thinking are that you may have dysfunctional outcomes out of the same processes, developmental processes that led to more adaptive outcomes, and that therefore you can look toward developmental processes to think about how to move people beyond their bad ways of, maladaptive ways of interacting, either in relationships or in their skills or so on. So I think that's been quite attractive, and I'm pleased if in fact this will happen, that these things will come together.
What pleases you about it?
Well, it's nice to know that something that you've done and that your colleagues and your students have done actually may be useful to someone other than just, giving out papers to other academics. And especially, if it will inspire therapists to think differently and maybe try new things, I think that would be a lovely way of translating basically laboratory and theoretical work. I started in this field because I'm interested in how things work. I want to know, why does it change like this? What happens? Without much thought of, well, is this useful to anyone? Just basic scientific curiosity. But if at the same time it turns out that it can be useful at least a little bit, and then that's wonderful.